Okay, I will start. I just want to thank you, to thank ASSORUP and Daniele Ricciardi, and all of you for being here today to discuss this very, very important study. Public procurement is not a technical matter. It is a profoundly political one. Every year, European governments spend around 14% of GDP through public contracts on hospitals, on schools, infrastructure. It is power, the power to shape markets, to build or erode public trust, and to determine whether our green and digital transitions become reality or remain empty promises. And yet, for far too long, we have underestimated the people who make this system work. We have treated procurement officers as administrators, when in reality they are at the front line of Europe's priorities. We ask them to navigate legal complexity, apply sustainability criteria, detect fraud, and manage risk, often without giving them the recognition, the training, or the career structures they deserve. That is not sustainable, and it's not acceptable. This study marks a turning point. For the first time, we have a clear evidence-based picture of procurement professionalization across 32 European countries, grounded in institutional data and in the experience of professionals working in the field. And what emerges is a wake-up call. The gaps are wide. Some countries have built strong, coherent systems. Others are still missing the very basics: no mandatory training, no formal recognition of profession, no clear development pathways. But what should concern us most is this: the countries that spend the most are not necessarily those best equipped to manage that spending. This is more than inefficiency. It is a structural vulnerability for public finances, for the rule of law, and for the credibility of our single market. In my recent work as a member of the European Parliament, I have engaged extensively with stakeholders on this issue. And one message is clear: the upcoming revision of the procurement directive is not just another technical exercise. It is a decisive opportunity, one we cannot afford to miss. Public procurement must reclaim its role as a strategic tool of European industrial policy, especially for the climate transition. It must help create markets, steer investments, and strengthen our economy sovereignty. Green criteria and strong Made in Europe approach must act as drivers of innovations and growth, without creating unnecessary complexity or additional administrative burdens. Let us be honest, too often the SMEs and cooperatives are left behind, blocked by overly complex procedures. If we are serious about competitiveness and fairness, we must ensure they can truly access public procurement. We already have many tools at the European level, but too often they remain optional or underused. Meanwhile, our public administrations are asking for something simple: clarity, simplification, and the capacity to deliver. We must respond with clearer rules, with stronger safeguards and more effective tools to fight fraud and criminality. The good news is in this we are not starting from zero. This study gives up gives us a roadmap. It gives us evidence. It gives us solutions. What we need now is political will. My hope and my commitment is that this parliament will rise to the occasion, because public procurement is not just about how we spend money, but it is about the kind of Europe we choose to build. So thank you.
Thank you, Georgia. First of all, I think I have to introduce myself. I'm Daniele Ricciardi. I'm a consultant, trainer in public procurement in the last 30 years, I can say. So I met thousands of procurers and I understood their difficulties, sometimes because they need training, they need tools for working better. In Italy, we founded the ASSORUP, that is the Italian association, and after 3 years, it's an incredible story for me. We are here with this EU PPM project, and I'm honored to be in this place. Thanks, Georgia. I don't remember, Roberto, if Georgia is part of participate to our project, but we received 32 responses from the member states and also for other acceding countries in Europe, Norway. So, I mean, for us, it's very important, this project, because we believe that procurement should be for people. Procurement should be for people. And all this job, all this activity, very difficult to grow up so fast, thanks to those young ladies. And I want to thank the staff that helped in these years to create ASSORUP. Starts for the needs of my daughters and my son, because I think they need the services, hospitals. I cannot repeat because it's a short conference and it's not it's a press conference. Otherwise, I will say also some words about this place, because this place was built in a period of peace in the world. The founder of the European community, sorry, I'm a little bit, I have some emotion now because it was difficult to come here because in Rome the train didn't work. It was, I don't know, the subway always blocked. The public, okay, but public services in Rome are very, very bad. I hope that.
Not just today.
Yeah, no, I hope that Roberto Gualtieri, that is the major, and help us in the project, because I met him before the report that was submitted to the commission, and he brought about the professionalization of public buyers. So I think that this institution need to be governed by people that we had at the beginning. And this institution need people, technical experts, staff that were at the beginning, after the war, because we need peace for my daughters, for my son, and for the young girls that are here now with me in this project. So I leave the floor to Roberto to present the report. And then I hope that we can get in touch with, because we had some problem with the connection during this day. So I'm sure that also Professor Roberto Caranta, but we have also Alfonso Maria Cecere from Naples that should be connected, if okay. So I leave the floor to Roberto to present the report, and then I will say something about the network, because this project is composed by 3 pillars. The first one is the report, to get together and to know each other, because we didn't know what Spain, what Ukraine, what Norway did about professionalization of their procurers. The second pillar is to build a network to create good practices among us. The third one should be, let's hope that we will continue, a conference where we meet to discuss and help the institutions to have the best recommendation from all the stakeholders to deliver the next directive. So thank you, Roberto, for your work. It was a great job. We did it from January. And I want to thank also Ivo Locatelli, that is a great expert of this commission, and he helped very much. A great man. He retired, but for free he decided to participate. So we did this job. You will read it after this meeting. We did it without pay anything, because they are all volunteers. They are all volunteers. Expert people. Fantastic. Thank you, Roberto.
I just want to say hello to Nicola Zingaretti that just joined us.
Thank you, Daniele, not least for your kind words, but even more for having thought of this initiative and for all the energy that you have put into this. And I think it's a really important aspects that we are submitting to the European Parliament, to the European procurement community, as I like to call them today. I have a few slides which are coming. In the meantime, just a few words about myself. I teach administrative law at Turin University. I've been working on public procurement for many years, including, of course, I'm a professor. Well, I can't really say, Daniele is very kind, but I can't really say that I work for free, because the Italian state is so kind to provide for a salary for every month, for which, of course, I'm grateful, also because this allows me to do the research that I believe in, first of all. And of course, this thing about professionalization is really super important and super relevant. At times, especially we lawyers, so that's a bit our problem, we think, okay, oh no, we change the legislation, we have now perfect rules and the world will be a better place. Well, normally, I'm teaching administrative law, so at times I think I'm teaching theology. Yeah, everything is perfect, good ideas, so that administration is working smoothly, efficiently, and everything. Okay, no, not really. So what is the disconnect between legislation and real life? Or what should be the connecting link? And of course, this is the public servants working in these and in other areas. So the idea was, okay, let's talk to experts. Ivo Locatelli, myself, we have, let's say, reasonably widespread networks in the procurement profession across Europe. And so we just sent kind of targeted emails to people really doing the practice, not just the theory, and asking them about professionalization. What is the situation? What was a bit, let's say, the intellectual framework? Well, professionalization is not a new thing, no, not a new idea. And institutions like the OECD, they have already sketched some aspects that should be considered. And so we asked about 5 aspects. First one is certification. Do you have a system that is assessing your ability as a procurement person, procurement officer? Because of course in many professions, but they are established professions like medics, like accountants, like lawyers, there is a certification. You are certified by the bar, you are certified by your professional organization. We don't have this for public procurement, but this is really very important, especially considering that, okay, and simplification was again mentioned today. Well, I've written this, so I can't contradict myself. I don't believe in simplification. Public procurement is complex. And it must be complex because we are spending 15% of the GDP. It can't be easy. What we can pretend is to have clear enough rules and possibly flexible enough rules. But then these rules must be managed by capable people. I think no one ever suggested, thank God, to simplify medicine. Let's make medicine simple. The human body is complex. We can't make medicine so simple. Otherwise, we go back to the Middle Ages. We try with prayers and things. And public procurement is not too different. So we need professionals. And by the way, public procurement is becoming more complicated. And public procurement is becoming more complicated because Europe needs public procurement to deliver on many objectives. The Green Deal, social cohesion, industrial policy, resilience. And if we need a procurement for doing all this stuff, this means that there is going to be more complication. So we need the people, for instance, just to give you one example, we don't have much time, people capable of working with life cycle costing. Because, working with the lowest price is not so difficult. My kid, 50 year in elementary school, could work with the lowest price. It's just numbers. Life cycle costing is not easy. But life cycle costing allows us to include externalities, to include quality, And of course, the EU lawmakers, they want us to go beyond lowest price, and they are right, by the way. They want us to focus on quality, what is quality, environmental, social aspects, resilience, industrial policy, and so on and so forth. So we need a system where certification is top, but certification is not just granted if not based on what? Training. We need to streamline training. Lawyers, even more accountants in Europe, more or less, they needed to know the same things to be a chartered, certified, you name it, lawyer. We need something to develop something similar for the legal profession. Commission is already working on the professionalization of procurement, but of course, from the point of view of what European law is now. But this is wider. It's not just law. It's a lot of economic aspects. Theory of games is very important to understand the market. So this must become much, much wider. Of course, I can see the objection from many member states. Oh, this is going to be expensive. Of course, it's going to be expensive. Well, from my training, I tend to distinguish investment expenses from other expenses. Training is an investment. You give these people a lot of money. Having them trained, you can expect better results. Probably in the end, you are saving money. I know the other objection. Oh, it's 250,000 procurement authorities and entities in Europe. About no one has ever counted them. You can't train all these people. Yes, true, but start thinking about training trainers, about training competence centers, like the Dutch instance, Piano. It's working very well. They don't pretend to train every procurer in the Netherlands, but they have a system where every procurement person, official, can, I'm just simplifying, but ring up a Piano and say, listen, I have a procurement for a swimming pool for my city. Well, last time we procured the swimming pool was 40 years ago. We have no experience. Well, Piano, competence center. So basically not to extend this much. The report was very, very important for, has already been anticipated, this realization. Well, considering how much is spent on public procurement, we are not doing much to make sure that people spending the money have the necessary abilities. I'm not saying one country is better than the other, also because the differences they are not so great. It's kind of photo finish in many cases. So basically, the report and more generally the initiatives that has been launched by Daniele is a kind of waking call. Now you are working, well, not yet, but you are about to work, maybe after the summer, hopefully after the summer, on new legislation. New legislation is going to be super important. There is a lot of work to do on new legislation because there are new technologies, because in the meantime, many more demands were put on the shoulders of procuring authorities. This is going to be super important, but you will not, sorry to say so, but you will not achieve much if you don't think in terms of a chapter on a few articles, normally then, on the professionalization of the procurement force. This is something where Europe, of course the Commission, but also the member states must start investing. When you will read the report, you will see that, okay, yes, there is much to be done. So thank you very much for...
Thank you too. I just want to thank you, Camilla, for coming. Camilla Laureti is a colleague of mine. So thank you. And now probably...
Yes, I will just conclude this short speech of we will have time at the conference to discuss about this, but the report that we did is composed by 32 fishes, one for each country. So we now know how procurers are appointed by law, by regulation, or how they are trained, mandatory training or facultative training. Also, if they are certificated in their country, because we are asking as ASSORUP for a public certification of public procurers, as the Procurement EU project of 2002 that wasn't applied too much, was a very good project. And finally, we now know if they have incentives, say if they have benefits, because they need benefits to avoid corruption, to avoid the conflict of interest, to stay good, because I believe that first of all, when you work, you should be safe. Safe. It's not about salary. Safe means that you should be satisfied. Satisfied. What we call in general welfare. We need welfare in procurement. So now I leave the floor to Professor Alfonso Maria Cesare, that is an administrative professor. Then he will introduce himself. But before him, just a few words about the network that we are creating, because it was great. We received more than, on the report, we will find 79 answers in a few months, and 32 fishes verified by very qualified professionals, okay? But the report had a secret part for us. That means that it's not published. That is there is in your country a community of buyer that can get together for a network? And then we received answer from 20 countries. I don't know if we start with 3 or 5 or more, but that means that the network will be founded, and I hope that the name will remain, but I'm open to the discussion. We are now find our brainstorming, let's say, on how organize the requirements to be part of this network. So we call network community. And now we are together discussing about the governance, just like an association that should be founded all together, because it's not an Italian project. We are just promoting. We want to be open to everybody. And finally, I want to thank very much to a very strong lady. For me, it's very difficult to say the last name because I speak to her yesterday. Her name is Tetiana Zumadzenko, and you will find also the fish of the Ukraine. This lady had the time to think to our project when her country is in very big trouble. So thank you to Tetiana, and thank you to the 79. But by the way, did you fill the questionnaire? So 80. So 80. Okay, Alfonso, I leave you the floor for the presentation of the last pillar, that is the conference that we are planning. We hope in Naples from the 15th to the 17th of October. And thank you, Alfonso, for your availability, for your competence, and for the passion that you are putting into this project. Please. I will say for Alfonso, maybe he's not online, but I will say a few words. See? If we don't have the connection, the connection, we lost it. So I will say thank you. I would like to thank Alfonso and all the University Federico II of Naples, because if we will do there this experience of a European conference on public procurement next the approval of the new directive, it's fantastic. I mean, Federico II was the founder of the first university of the world. Maybe I'm wrong because I'm not very good in history, professor. But the conference would be very simple because we will have a scientific committee that will be selected by Roberto together with other Italian, but also foreign partner, let's say other professors, but not only professor, because the committee should be, we would not to create a conference just like I mean a university conference. We need to find solutions. So the committee will be composed by professor, expert, buyers, then they are able to plan the program, because we are not ASSORUP is a very small association. We don't have it's a very big effort to create this project. We will try, and the scientific committee then will create several workshops in which all the type of stakeholders, that means we now call them partner community. So the different network community are the association that will be part also in the scientific committee who wants to be part, but there is the partner association, partner community. There are all the private and the public, because in these years I understood that when we sign a procurement agreement, we cannot stay on the other side of the table. I mean, we are both on the same side, because if the executor get the result, and the result of the executor is to be paid, that means the institution received the result. So we should be all together. It's not against. No, sometimes procurers are corrupted and bribery is because of the economic operators. No, 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 no. We have to be honest. We have to be competent. We have to be responsible. But we have to be all together. And so the network will discuss of the main topics that the committee will decide, and the network, the workshop will work through a simple schema that I will be grateful to many people in this period, but I learned a lesson in Finland together with my colleague Federica Perrotta. We need some speaker that introduce the theme of the workshop, then some facilitator that help the discussion. It's not a panel with an audience, it's a discussion, so that at the end of the day, we have for each workshop maximum 3 points of recommendation for the European institutions. We hope to receive 100 of people in Naples, and so to fill maybe 10, maybe 15, we don't know yet. And after that, the conference will conclude with a surprise that we will show you when the website will be prepared, because we are preparing, and we will have a final paper to present to the Commission and to the Parliament. But how is possible in 3 days to prepare all this? That means that we have to hurry up. This means that we need that the committee, the scientific committee, and the speakers and the facilitators should be selected within June, together with the participants, so they can discuss, as we did in ASSORUP for 3 years. WhatsApp is very simple, just to discuss by email. And so when they will meet in Naples, is all prepared, because they are just to finalize their discussion. And we are ready if in October we will have the draft directive to give this service to the European institution and to the procurement community. And so I'm sorry that Alfonso is not.
You can call him?
No, I think he lost the connection. Yes. No, don't worry. You have time.
No,
for
but it's
other.
okay for us. I mean,
No, don't worry. I think that if you want to say something, conclude.
No, you can conclude.
We can conclude, because
You can conclude.
you are.
Guest,
I know how much.
the special guest today.
I'm not a special guest. I'm just an ordinary guy. But I know that in this building there is a lot of things to do, so I don't want to take too much time to the parliamentary, but also to the staff, to everybody, because so I will conclude just with a few words. See you.
Maybe if somebody wants to say something, or
Okay.
yeah, if I don't know, if you want to say something, just to contribute to this discussion. I don't know. In Italian.
Okay. No, I was just listening. I was here listening. Sorry. Oh, yeah, thanks. My name is Flaminia Triglia, and I'm just a consultant. But a few years ago, and I'm in 2023, I was involved by one of your referees to make a research on what's going on at that level, just to give an advice to ASSORUP. But indirectly, we've never been in touch. So I was absolutely happy to hear and to notice that it's going on so well. I'm often in touch with Ivo Locatelli, so I follow the issue of European procurement, but not what's going on in your category. I was not updated, but so I'm hearing now that that is going on. I was trying to have. I was proceeding the same way you are now. You are now planning to, and so I had some contacts with the other countries I'm representative. So I was trying to know. I know that the Czech Republic has a good level of institutionalization of your activity. And anyway, the debate is extremely interesting. I can only say that if you want, I'm available and interested in taking part of your work in from now on. Being, I understand that the main thing is that the conclusion being the fact of delivering to the European Commission a paper and can be of a huge importance, knowing how the institution work. And so if you want, I'm available and we can talk about it.
Thank you.
Directly.
Thank you very much. It gives me also another tip, that is, the report is still ongoing. I mean, the questionnaire is not blocked. So there will be a second edition, we hope, maybe with someone sponsor that will help us to do better with our instruments, because thanks to these ladies, we did all this job. And so you are welcome from yesterday. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you.
Okay. You then.
I don't want to speak as a politician. I'm not. I'm a procurer, because I'm not. I'm the president of an association. I'm not more a procurer neither. So I'm very sad when they let me speak for a few minutes and they speak about the technical things, because I like that. I know that. I want to continue to be a trainer, because I like too much to be a trainer, to stay with people and help them in their job. But it's clear from the news that we are has not started today. We are in a very, very, very big storm. Very, very big storm. The oceans are in a very big storm. And we need a safe ship. And the safe ship should be built by the procurer, should select the operators to build the ship. But you, Georgia, thank you very much for today. You should give the direction of the ship when the storm will end. EU PPM project is started on January, I said. We think that we need it. We think that we want it. We think that we'll do it all together. Thank you.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Grazie a voi.
Grazie a te, professore.
Fantastico.
Quindi ci invierete il report
Sì,
appena sarà pubblicato.
Sì, sì,
Già è pronto, no, già è pronto.